But I do have a question when it comes to violations. What are they? How do people actually get violations here in New York City?
Typically, most common violation is if they're doing work without a permit, and it's usually a complaint, neighbor that complains. And everyone always has that one neighbor that complains. So whatever agency the violation pertains to, they call 311, make the complaint, and then they'll dispatch whether it be DOB, HPD, or DOT, which are the three main agencies that issue violations.
So let's go over them again. So it's HPD, DOT, and then
HPD is Housing Preservation Department.
Okay.
DOT is Department of Transportation. That typically is sidewalk violations. And Department of Buildings, which is DOB.
And DOB. Got it. So let's go over the DOT because you're actually, again, helping me with someone in the Bronx with the sidewalk violation. So how are sidewalk violations? Is that someone also calling 311 or is it just someone passing by?
Typically, sidewalk violations, DOT sends inspectors out, and the violation is just failure to maintain the sidewalk. So whether the sidewalks have cracks or, there's a tree there and the roots are bringing up the sidewalk. Unfortunately, the sidewalk belongs to the city, but the homeowner is responsible for the maintenance.
How nice is that? It doesn't belong to me, but yet I'm still responsible for it, right?
Yeah.
So how long does it? So it's just them passing around. So they are really random. It's not that somebody tells them. It's just randomly they drive or pass by that entire block and just start giving everyone violations.
Yes. So a perfect example. 3 years ago, on my block, all the property owners got issued with the same thing, and it's a temporary violation. So you get no fine, but they just want you to fix it. So you have two options. You get a licensed contractor to get a permit with DOT and fix it, or the city sends someone to fix it. But when the city sends someone, it's just so much more expensive.
So I have to pay for it. If I was the homeowner and I have a violation here for the sidewalk, I have to fix that myself and submit all the paperwork.
Correct.
So I just want people to know that it's really important that you actually hire someone that has a license for this, because I know that there are clients that they're like, oh, well, I have a violation. I'm going to call my friend and just, pave it with concrete. And guess what? That violation is still there. So the only way you can get it out is by actually submitting paperwork to the Department of Building, right?
Right. And then you run the risk of getting a violation for doing the work without a permit.
Exactly. So you don't want to do that. You want to do it the right way from the beginning.
Exactly.
And how long does it take to remove the violation? I know we're in COVID time, so I know that everything has changed because of COVID, but what is the typical amount of time that it takes to get a sidewalk violation removed?
Okay. Sidewalk is, what has to happen is the contractor will go out, see the condition of the sidewalk, apply for permits. With DOT, it's not too bad. It takes about maybe a week or so to get a DOT permit. Then, unfortunately like this, with this weather, you can't work. So weather permitting, they'll go fix the sidewalk. Typically can be done a day, maybe a day and a half, depending on the size of the sidewalk. And then we submit for an inspection. And unfortunately, that's where the delay is. Sometimes the inspection can take up to 2 months to happen.
Wow. So you're looking at about 2 months, depending on how hold back they are.